Hello everyone, this is JOutdoors7 here with my first ever YouTube video. Today I'd like to show you and talk about my woods knife kit, the knife that I carry with me whenever I go into the wilderness, such as hiking, hunting, camping, fishing, things like that. I usually have this knife with me. The whole kit with me, I should say. Here's the knife. Now this knife is a Pathfinder trade knife. It is an excellent knife. It's from Dave Canterbury's store, the Pathfinder store. It's an excellent knife. I highly advise, if you want a knife like this, highly advise it. It has all the criteria of Dave Canterbury suggests for a good survival knife. It has a 5.5 inch blade. It is 1/8 inch thick, made of high carbon steel, so that it can be used to strike sparks if you need to. If you lose your ferro rod, you can make fire that way. A piece of flint or a hard rock. It is 1/8 inch thick and has a squared off spine that is going to be good for scraping. So it's very strong, very good for scraping. See, like that. Scrape some bark off the sticks for some good tinder. It's excellent for that. It also has a full tang. Makes it very strong and good for chopping and batoning. Like I said, this knife is awesome. Holds a very fine edge. It's very easy to sharpen, as you can see. Shave the hair right off of there. Got a bald spot now, but it'll grow back. Anyway, excellent knife. This lanyard did not come on the knife. I added this. I wanted to have a way to have a cordage on here without having it get in the way or just be strapped on there. This gives it a good useful way to have cordage on there. I like this format here because I can take the knife, let go of it, whatever, it's not going to fall out of my hand. It really helps you not drop the knife, which comes in handy if you're going to be working over water or up in a tree or near a cliff, something like that, where you really don't want to drop your knife. It also helps you keep a good handle on it, so if you're chopping, things like that, it's not going to fly out of your hand and hit someone or anything like that. It helps with safety. This lanyard also will aid with chopping, because if you have the knife like this and you try to chop with it, it doesn't give you a lot of power, but if you take your hand like this, come back on the knife, hold the knife by the last 2 inches of handle, it gives you a lot more leverage against the blade to really get some powerful chops in, and it really will help that out. And it will also help you keep your hand back and out of the way when you're batoning, to baton through some wood, like to split it down, anything like that. Yeah, this is a great tool overall. Highly recommend it. The best part is it's only $100. You'll be hard pressed to find another knife like this kind of quality knife for $100. It's excellent. It comes with a very nice sheath as well. The sheath also comes to the Pathfinder store. The sheath is about $40. The Kydex one, I did have to modify it a little bit. The original sheath came around like just straight across like that. I had to Dremel that out so I could fit the lanyard on there. I also added this clip to hold it in the sheath. Now the sheath does hold the knife in securely, but it wants to come out. There's not a lot of hold on to the knife. It wants to come out. This clip will hold it in very securely. It also requires 2 fingers to open. So you know for a fact it's not going to open unless you want to open it. You're not going to snag this on a stick and pop it open and possibly lose your knife because of that. It's a very secure clip. The rest of the kit has the other few C's of survivability. I have a fire making device and cordage I already talked about. Oh, there's 6 feet of cordage on there. That's plenty to make a shelter, move some logs around, drag a deer, whatever you have to do. You have some cordage with you there. That's plenty. Next up on the knife here, I have this fire making device. I have a ferro rod. This is also from the Pathfinder store. It's probably the best ferro rod I've ever used. So if you need a ferro rod, I highly advise you buy this one. It's expensive. It's about $40. But it works amazingly well. I mean, I'll demonstrate here in a second. I use the back of my knife for this. Another reason for that 90-degree spine, so you can scrape your ferro rod and other tinders very easily. So if you take this, you can just shower things with sparks. It works excellent. There's different ways of doing that. I like just holding it down like that and pushing down, but it works. Yeah, great ferro rod. Now I have this dummy tied to the sheath so I don't lose it. Pretty much anything worth having with you is worth dummy tying to you so you can't lose it. Especially a fire device, because if you want to light your fire, you light it, and then all of a sudden you drop it so you can move the fire around and get it all set up. Next thing you know, oh no, it's gone, no more fire. So this way it's always attached to you, attached to your sheath. And it has this 2/2 hitch here so I can adjust the length of this lanyard. So I can make this as long as I want to make it, about 2.5 feet or so. Show that knot there. It's about 2.5 feet, so I can have this still attached to my body and bring the ferro rod wherever I need it to light the fire at. Now, to go with this ferro rod, I also have a Surefire device, which is this ferro rod, which is this tinder tube here. It's made of a speed loader for a muzzle loader, so it's waterproof. It's made to hold gunpowder. It's also very durable. You're not going to break this or damage it over time. It's going to hold up for you. And inside here I just have about 5 or 6 cotton balls with Vaseline on it. It's very good tinder. It has a good burn time. This little bit here is only like maybe 1/3 of a cotton ball. You just take it and you fan it out a little bit. Get some nice air space in there for it to light up on. Just pull it apart, set it down, take your ferro rod, set it right here. It's very easy to light. Yep. Get my hand in there the right way. Easy to light. And there you go, it's lit. Now, this is good tinder, especially if it's very wet, very raining, just absolutely soaked out. You see it burns very high, it burns very hot. You can take your damp or wet sticks and set it right on there. It's going to catch that very quickly. It has a pretty good burn time as well. It's about 30 seconds. If it's really wet out, you can use an entire cotton ball or even more than that if you want. It's up to you. That's usually sufficient to get even the wettest tinder going. What else do we have here? I have a few rubber bands on here. They're very good. They're made of inner tube. This can also be used as emergency tinder. They do burn as a flame extender. Excellent to have, and it also keeps the stuff from rattling around as I walk around. The other stuff I have on here would be a small flashlight, a little keychain light. It works great. This is not going to be a light that you use to spot things in the wood. Like, you're not going to spot a coyote, 100 yards with this thing. This is good for if you're walking through the woods at night and you just want something to look at your feet to see where you're going. So you can see, oh, there's a stump over there, there's a stick over here in front of my feet, so you don't trip on things. A little light like this has saved my ankles so many times over the years. And in fact, when I was Army training down in Virginia, for some ungodly reason, they would have us running through the woods at 4 in the morning when it was pitch black out for PT. And people would be tripping and falling and rolling their ankles, but not me, because I had this on my keys. And I'd be looking where I'm going, seeing, oh, there's a rock there. So it was very helpful. And also, it's a nice little piece of kit. It doesn't take up much room. Costs like $1 at the sporting goods store. It's a good buy. The last piece of equipment on this kit is going to be a compass and a whistle, combination from Coghlan's. It's the only thing I can recommend buying from Coghlan's. They make very cheap stuff, but this is actually pretty good. The whistle works. It's very loud, good for signaling, and it's not going to wear out. Like, your voice is going to give out if you're yelling a lot. You can use this over and over again, no problem at all. The compass, it's not a navigational compass, but it works. It's consistent, points north consistently, so it'll help you at least travel in a straight line when you're in the woods, and also it'll help you with the azimuth when you walk into the woods. Let's say you're going to walk in from a road, right? And roads go in straight lines. You can look at the road and say, okay, I'm looking at the road. The road is north from me. I'm going to be going south this way. So I know wherever I am down here, provided I don't cross a road, I know for a fact that if I travel north, I'm going to hit this road again. That becomes your emergency azimuth, so you know always where to go if you are lost. And also, it'll help you travel in a straight line, like I said before. It's incredibly easy to walk in circles in the woods, especially if you get into an area that's very flat, lots of vegetation, everything starts looking the same. I've seen it numerous times. People just wandered in circles till they eventually found a road or found someone to help them find their way out. Yeah, this will help you keep in a straight line. If you travel in a straight line, you're eventually going to hit something, be it a road, some kind of landmark. You're going to hit something. So as long as you go in a straight line, you're eventually going to get out. Yeah, this whole kit is very lightweight and very compact, which is why I carry it and advise people to have something like this. It just rides on my belt very easily. And yeah, I like it. It works for me, does the job. If you like this video, please go ahead and click like, and if you would like to see more videos, feel free to subscribe. There'll be more videos up soon. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.